Recently, Toy Story 5 has just been released, and I was thinking about Toy Story and how it relates to, of all things, to Alzheimer's, dementia, and schizophrenia and other psychotic disorders. So ultimately, I just want you to think about any deeply held belief that you have. Seriously, any deeply held belief. It could be the belief that the sky is blue. It could be the belief that we need oxygen to live. It could be that the seasons change based on the Earth's tilt around the sun. It could be that no self-respecting person would ever put pineapple on a pizza. No, but seriously, think about something that you hold deeply into your core as truth, as something that you believe 100% of the way. Actually, drop something in the comment box, something that you believe to be true 100% of the way. Think about someone telling you that that belief is not true at all. It is 100% false. The reason why I brought up neurocognitive disorders, folks often call Alzheimer's or dementia, and also schizophrenia and other psychotic disorders is because there is this sense of, having difficulty of having a different perception of reality that may be seen as not lining up with how other people view reality or other people's perspective of reality. And so based on the symptoms, based on the condition, based on the severity, someone could hold deeply seated beliefs that a specific organization is out to get them, that a person that they created in their minds has since gotten into a tragic car accident and passed away, that they've traveled to different countries that they've never been to, that such and such person who is talking on TV, such and such celebrity who is talking on TV who they've never met is deeply in love with them, or that that person on TV is directly speaking to them. And, not talking about, kid shows like Dora the Explorer where they're clearly talking to you, but that this person on TV is talking directly to the person. Or, other beliefs that they may hold to be true, such as their forks. Family members in their house are trying to steal all their forks, so they need to hide all the forks. Or, the outlets are transmitting some sort of message to all of their electronic devices, and so they have to cut all of the extension cords in the house. And this is serious and real, where someone may have this perception of reality, a deeply held core belief that they cannot, they believe this to be 100% true. And then no one else in their orbit or around them is able to corroborate what it is that they're saying. Or sometimes the details may seem so outlandish that there's no way for anyone else to believe what they're saying to be true. And this is where the complexity comes into play, because some folks may have a loved one who is dealing with this, such as a neurocognitive disorder. Again, these conditions that people often refer to as Alzheimer's or dementia, where that person believes something to be true to their core. And even when presented with evidence showing that it may not be true, they may be extremely combative and even angry. And even with them being presented with this alternative evidence can cause them to experience shame, confusion, despair, become anxious or become depressed. And with this beautifully adult topic, it made me think of Toy Story. It made me think of the kids' movie Toy Story. There was a toy space ranger named Buzz Lightyear. He really believed that he was a superhero astronaut, a superhero space fighter, fighting this cosmic battle out in space. And he was confronted by this other toy, a sheriff cowboy doll named Woody, who was trying to get through this idea of, no, you're not this intergalactic space traveler. You are a toy. It was even to the point that this toy character, Buzz Lightyear, has like this plastic dome over his head, with the idea being that this plastic dome will protect him from potentially inhaling, some toxins or inhaling some air that won't necessarily be beneficial or healthy to him. But it was to the point that the other character, Woody, opened up his space helmet, essentially. And the other character, Buzz Lightyear, was holding his breath, gasping for air, and closed his space helmet immediately as to avoid inhaling those potential toxins that he believed existed. In his mind, he had the mindset and the perception and perspective of reality that he was indeed a space ranger and not a toy. And then as the movie continued on and all this evidence kept building and mounting, and Woody, being the other character, basically showing him like, hey, dude, you are a toy. The other character, Buzz Lightyear, eventually realized that, you know what? Wow, I am a toy. And then when the character Buzz Lightyear experienced this, he went into this deep sadness, this melancholy, this depression, this confusion, this shame, this guilt, where he essentially shut down. Even when important, scary incidents were happening around him, he just shut down completely, because his entire belief system, his entire perspective of reality was built upon a falsehood. He believed to his core that he was a space ranger. He believed it with every atom of his body, but his perception of reality was severely altered when he realized, wow, I am not what I thought I was. I am actually a toy. And I've actually seen someone who has a neurocognitive disorder actually go through this, where something that they held to be 100% true was displayed to them that it was a falsehood. And I may tell that story one day, but essentially this person was sitting there and realizing, wow, this is not like, I don't know how to process what I'm just realizing right now about myself, that I thought this thing was true, but it wasn't the case. And so what's actually suggested when you encounter someone, if you have a loved one, for example, who has this perception of reality, due to some of these other conditions, for example, conditions that folks often refer to as Alzheimer's or dementia, or even traumatic brain injuries. It's to not confront them in an argumentative or combative way, because that could lead to them becoming more combative and hostile and confused. Instead, it's often recommended to acknowledge their beliefs and not necessarily being combative, because it could cause further resistance or further confusion. But there are some strategies that clinicians provide to assist people as they navigate through this. So thank you for watching this very random video about Toy Story and some of these mental health conditions. I hope that this proves useful to someone out there, and I thank you again for watching this. Thank you.